My name's Lynda Gaiao, and welcome to this week's episode where we're going to be taking a look at trait or gate 38. Now, this is one that's very close to my heart because it is part of my life work. My birthday is around this time of the year, and so this is something that has been very much part of my life. And as I mentioned in the last video, at this time of year is considered to be the new year, but ultimately in the human design system, the new year doesn't start until towards the end of January. But the energy of the 38 is about the opposition and the fighter, and this is really people that have this energy. There's this natural warrior spirit. There's this fighting for a sense of purpose. What is really worth living for? If I am going to struggle in this life, if there are going to be struggles that I need to endure as part of being in this life, I want them to feel like there's a sense of purpose. I want to know that the struggle was worth something. And part of this warrior energy or this fighting energy is about this willingness to stand up against, to fight for these things that bring purpose, that are purposeful, and to ensure that nothing stands in the way of that. And so this is where we can really fight, with people, with anything really that stands in the way of living a life full of purpose. And at the same time, there can be this fighting for those who appear as if they cannot fight for themselves. We don't want to go through struggle and through challenges in life and only just survive. It's this, what elevates me beyond that to this point of feeling purposeful in this life. And I've done a fair bit of fighting in my life, and in some ways I feel it can be a bit misguided, where you just feel like you need to fight with everything or everyone. But ultimately, it's about understanding purpose. And with that, because it's through struggle, part of this channel of energy here is that there's struggle to find purpose. So in the struggle, there's this determination that comes in and this perseverance, because as we go through the struggles, we start to understand what has value, what has meaning, and what does not. And, when we're just fighting for fighting's sake, it means that we can really waste a lot of energy on people and things that is not even worth spending or fighting our energy with. And so, it's about understanding, this is where I'm going to put my energy into. This is a fight worth fighting for. And because there's this individuality that comes with this particular trait, what that essentially means is a number of things, but one of those is this kind of deftness. There's, if we are going to follow what is our purpose in life, we're not here to be influenced by other people. We're not here to listen to the opinions and viewpoints of others. Unless, of course, we ask for it. Unless, of course, there's some kind of, sometimes there is guidance that's necessary. But ultimately, we're not here to be influenced, because if people influence us, we don't get to live our unique path. And the stubbornness comes in as well, because if you listen to everybody else or what everyone else said, it's going to ultimately compromise that search for purpose. And if you speak to anyone that knows me from when I was growing up, stubborn is a word that was used to describe me all the time. Extremely stubborn. A lot of times people might even warn me against doing certain things or tell me I shouldn't do things, and I would just do them anyway. And sometimes what they told me did actually turn out that way. But I needed to experience for myself. This struggle, what does it bring me? I don't want to compromise on that fight for my purpose. And the perseverance comes in when you think about all these struggles and challenges that are going to be put in front of you. There's a lot of adversity that comes with that, and potentially a lot of people and things that are going to stand in your way of finding your purpose, and where you're constantly listening to everyone. And to be totally honest, in today's times, we are so flooded by social media and media that it's so easy to get distracted and to be, run off following this person and that person, and trying to figure out your way through other people, when in actual fact the only way for you to find your own way is through living as yourself. And there are going to be many things that stand in your way, so there's this perseverance that's going to come in here. And people that are born at this time with the 38 in their life work, there's tension, and this tension is there by design. The tension is there to bring transformation, and that transformation helps in this search for finding the purpose. One of the keys to actually connecting and living your purpose is by following your public role, or your profile in human design. And this is, when you can embody that, this is when your purpose gets revealed to you. So if you're in a place where you feel like you've done so many things in your life, but you still don't really know what your purpose is, try to live through your design, try to follow your decision-making strategy, live through your profile, embody that behavior that we spoke about a few weeks ago when we were talking about trait 10, where, there's a certain role that we're here to play. And when we can embody that role, our purpose is revealed to us. Another element that comes with individuality, which is part of what the energy of the 38 is that it can hold melancholy. And when you've experienced melancholy, it does have an element to sadness, I guess, to it, but it's different in the sense that with melancholy, it's like dropping into some kind of an emptiness or a darkness in some way. But there's a surrendering into that. There's this dropping into this melancholic state, and from that can arise great creativity. But if the mind gets in the way, what can ultimately happen is you feel like the mind takes hold of it and transforms it into a form of sadness or depression, and it can pull you into a really difficult and challenging place to come out of. But when we can just be in a melancholic state, it's not something that society in general embraces or even allows. But if you can carve out some space for yourself when you're in these melancholic states, ultimately what can happen is that you just can let go for a while in this space and drop into this place, and it can become your greatest muse moving forward. So with this 38 active now, you may notice that you're picking a few more fights than you normally do. You may notice that you're feeling extremely stubborn, not wanting to listen to anybody else. You might feel like you've got so much determination and perseverance and even stubbornness coming in, and you might feel some tension coming up in your life. So just start noticing and observing what's going on. And ultimately this week is about really solidifying, what am I fighting for? What is my purpose? Because without that, we're just going to be fighting and struggling, and nothing's going to come out of it. And this year of 2020 has been a very challenging year for many people, and for some, maybe they feel like the challenges have not taken them anywhere. And this, as we have this energy where a lot of people are potentially even going to try to set New Year's resolutions, I would say just hold off for now. Just wait, because the time for that is still coming. Right now, you really need to assess, what struggles of 2020 were worth it, which ones weren't. And as I'm moving forward into 2021, being correct, being in alignment, so that you're stepping into the fights and the struggles that are correct for you, and potentially stop listening to everyone and anyone who thinks they're going to tell you how you can live your life, because no one, not even your own mind, knows where you're going and what you should be doing. It's only going to come from your body, from following your decision-making strategy, that you're going to really know if you're in alignment and whether the path that you're following is correct for you. And so start if you start doing this right from the beginning of this year of 2021, ultimately whatever struggles you enter into are going to lead you to those rewards. And the rewards are that feeling of like, I feel so good, I feel purposeful, I feel like I'm a success at being on purpose and in my purpose, as opposed to feeling quite lost and like you don't really know what you're meant to be doing here. So if you want to pop in the comments anything that comes up for you this week, or how this particular energy shows up for you, I'd love to hear from you. And next week we're going to be moving into trait 54 and continuing our journey towards the Rave New Year. And I do have a separate series which you may be interested in connecting with. If you are, I'll pop the link below, or you could reach out to me and let me know if you're interested in specifically following the steps for the new year. And if you want to click subscribe each week, you'll get updated with whichever energy is happening at the time. And until then, I hope you have an amazing traditional new year, I guess you could call it that. And I will see you on the next video. My name's Lynda Gaiao, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.